you could look into that, I'd really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman Samples. Councilman Fusco.
Yes, thank you, President Somerville. I'm going to reserve comment, reference the officer from Wadsworth with a tattoo until we find out exactly after the investigation is conducted and the results are revealed. In terms of someone living in Akron or not living in Akron, I can remind some of us are aware of this, some of us may not be, but the voters in Akron voted twice for residency, and a federal judge decided that that didn't matter. So therefore, that's no longer an issue. So one can live wherever. However, though, in terms of some of the comments that we did hear, it seems as though, and I think we all share concern, we want to make sure that our police, as well as all of our city employees, are not joining extremist groups, but some of the comments, folks are using a pretty wide brush in terms of our Akron Police Department. We have men and women that are out there saving us, basically protecting all Akron residents, and the majority of them, the vast majority of them they do a great job every day. Every day they go out there and they put themselves online. And I would just like to say that if we do have bad actors, absolutely, we need to address that. And I know APD has done that in the past. We have seen that in the past happen. And we appreciate this being brought forward. Investigation is being conducted. And like I said, it's unsettling to me whenever we hear and statements are made about our entire department that I believe does a great job for us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilman Fusco. Councilman Freeman.
I appreciate Councilman Fusco's comments and things are being investigated, and I don't know if anybody from Akron Police Department watches city council meetings, but there's a lot of people out there that appreciate what they do, and it just sometimes it feels like week after week after week. It's even been said, we've got problems. There might be some problems, but Akron has a good police force, and you never want the Akron Police Department to think that they have a city council that is against them. I would remind folks too, we are hearing week after week about the tax abatement for new properties being built in Akron. That was something that the voters approved, and wasn't an idea that the mayor said we're going to do this or council said we're going. That was something that City of Akron voters approved that, and it is going to encourage houses to be built in Akron that otherwise would never have been built. So, thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilman Freeman, for sharing. Ellen, I see your hand.
Thanks, President Somerville. Just one last thing. I did want to also, I represent the administration to speak just really quickly about the homeless encampment issue. I do want to say that those conversations are happening as the COVID pandemic is reaching a different stage, and there are some orders being changed and being lifted, that we are going to continue to be extremely collaborative with our partners in the community. So the organizations that do outreach and that serve the homeless population, before anything would to be done at these sites, we will keep council updated before any actions are taken to address some of these homeless encampments. But that those conversations are happening now. We are receiving a lot of complaints, and we're looking to address the issue in a very again collaborative way, in a way that meets the needs of these individuals. We're going to be open about that process, and we will include council in those conversations.
Thank you so much, Ellen, for providing us with that update. Is there anything else coming before council at this time? Councilman Malik?
Yeah, with respect to the comments that were made previously regarding the police department, I think that all of us on this call appreciate the work done by our police officers. But respectfully, when legitimate concerns are raised, even if they're raised in angry tones, even if they're raised with angry rhetoric, even if they're raised, sometimes in those ways, they need to be addressed and they need to be dealt with. And when the response is something like, "Oh, well, that was an accident," or "Oh, that's being investigated," and the follow-ups are unresponded to, that really creates a lack of trust. And again, it plays into the worst stereotypes that people have. And so then people do paint with a broad brush, and that's wrong. But we can't be defensive when people raise concerns. We have to address them head on. And so I appreciate that this is being investigated. I appreciate the statement that we'll know more. But I really think, when we go to our corners on these issues, is precisely what perpetuates them.
Thank you so much, Councilman Malik. Anything else coming before council at this time? Just as a reminder, we will not meet on next Monday as it is Memorial Day. So we will be back online on June 7th. Do we have a motion for adjournment?
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn. If there are no objections, this meeting is adjourned.
This concludes the live broadcast of Akron City Council. Margot Somerville, President of Council, presiding.